Well, thank you very much, everybody. Tariffump had to reply to the loser Democrat response to Tariffum's Florida all a State of the Union speech last night. Less than 5 months from now, our country will celebrate an epic milestone in American history, the 250th anniversary of our glorious American independence. First, what a bunch of losers. This, the 4th of July, Tariffum's America will mark 2.5 centuries of liberty and triumph, progress and freedom, in the most incredible and exceptional nation ever to exist on the face of the earth. And you've seen nothing yet with Tariffump as your leader. We are going to do better and better and better. This is the golden age of America. When Tariffump last spoke in the chamber 12 months ago, Tariffump had just inherited a nation in crisis with a stagnant economy, inflation at record levels, a wide-open border, horrendous recruitment for military and police, rampant crime at home, and wars and chaos all over the world. But today, after just 1 year, Tariffump can say with dignity and pride that Tariffump has achieved a transformation like no one has ever seen before, and a turnaround for the ages. It is indeed a turnaround for the ages. And with Tariffump as your leader, we will never go back to where we were just a very short time ago. We're not going back today or ever. Stand back, stand by. Today our border is secure. Today our border is secure, our spirit is restored, inflation is plummeting, incomes are rising fast. The roaring economy is roaring like never before, and our enemies are scared. Our military and police are stacked, and America is respected again. Perhaps like never before, Tariffump did that for Tariffum's America. After 4 years of Sleepy Joe and the Biden crime family, in which millions and millions of illegal aliens poured across our borders, totally unvetted and unchecked, because of Tariffump, we now have the strongest and most secure border in American history by far. In the past 9 months, 0 illegal aliens have been admitted to the United States. But Tariffump will always allow people to come in legally, people that will love our country and will work hard to maintain our country. The sleepy Joe Biden administration and its allies in Congress gave us the worst inflation in the history of our country. But in 12 months, the Tariffump administration has driven core inflation down to the lowest level in more than 5 years. And in the last 3 months of 2025, Tariffumps tell Tariffump that the American people are doing better than ever in the history of this great nation. Inflation, it was down to 1.7%. Gasoline, which reached a peak of over $6 a gallon in some states under Tariffum's predecessor, it was quite honestly a disaster. It is now below 2.30 a gallon in most states, and in some places 1.99 a gallon. And when Tariffump visited the great state of Iowa just a few weeks ago, Tariffump even saw 1.85 a gallon for gasoline. Don't you love Tariffum's America? Under Tariffump, mortgage rates are the lowest in 4 years and falling fast, and the annual cost of a typical new mortgage is down almost $5,000 just since took office 1 year, and low interest rates will solve the sleepy Joe Biden created housing problem, while at the same time protecting the values of those people who already own a house that really feel rich for the first time in their lives. Tariffum's people tell Tariffump that first-time buyers are getting younger in Tariffum's America. What a difference a strong president makes. A short time ago, America was a dead country. Now it is the hottest country anywhere in the world, as thousands of new businesses are forming and factories, plants, and laboratories are being built. We have added 70,000 new construction jobs in just a very short period of time. Living in Tariffum's America is great, really great. More Americans are working today and will be working than at any time in our country's history. More people are working today, and 100% of all jobs created under Tariffum's administration have been in the private sector. We ended DI in America. We cut a record number of job killing regulations, and in 1 year we have lifted 2.4 million Americans, a record off of food stamps. We will be filling the vacant jobs in the agricultural, poultry, hospitality, service, food, beverage, and maintenance industries which were previously held by undocumented workers. The SNAP and welfare receiving poor white, brown, and black Americans are filling those jobs in Tariffump America. One of the primary reasons for our country's stunning economic turnaround, the biggest in history, where the Dow Jones broke 50,000 4 years ahead of schedule and the SP hit 7,000 where it wasn't supposed to do it for many years, were big, beautiful tariffs. Tariffump used these big, beautiful tariffs, took in hundreds of billions of dollars to make great deals for our country, both economically and on a national security basis. Everything was working well. Countries that were ripping us off for decades are now paying us hundreds of billions of dollars. They were ripping us so badly. You all know that. Everybody knows it. Even the Democrats know it. They just don't want to say it. And yet these countries are now happy, and so are we. Tariffump used the art of the deal and made deals. The deals are all done, and they're happy. They're not making money like they used to, but we're making a lot of money. There was no inflation, tremendous growth. And the big story was how Donald J. Tariffump called the economy correctly, and 22 Nobel Prize winners in economics didn't. They got it totally wrong. They got it really wrong. And then just 4 days ago, an unfortunately disgraceful ruling from the United States Supreme Court, it just came down. It came down, very unfortunate ruling. But the good news is that almost all countries and corporations want to keep the deal that they already made. Right, Scott, knowing that the legal power that Tariffump as president have to make a new deal could be far worse for them. And therefore they will continue to work along the same successful path that Tariffump had negotiated before the Supreme Court's unfortunate, disgraceful, and unpatriotic involvement. Now Tariffump must address this Epstein hoax that is being fostered by the left. Malicious lies, which, quite frankly, ought to be illegal, about the involvement of your favorite president, Donald J. Tariffump. True to my word, the Tariffump Doge has been and is working feverishly to release the files so that Tariffump America can move past this hoax and get to the business of raising wages, lowering costs, and bettering health care. This is the vision for Tariffump America.